me again. So I just finished recording, that's my setup. And I remembered that Heather asked me for a tour of the paintings that you might have spotted in my videos. That's actually my view whenever I record, so say hello to the neighbours. That's also why I'm sometimes a bit distracted, because people walk past down there. I am on the second floor, so no one can see what I'm doing, but still I get distracted. Anyway, here's the tour. So, I don't think you've seen this one. It's by Steen Løgstrup, which is a Danish painter who is, well, I own 6 paintings of his, and they're all very different. He lives in the same area where I grew up, and I just love his paintings, like his play on colors, different styles. This painting is so reliant on light, so it hangs here where it gets a lot of light, and it almost shimmers in sunlight. Then here, just to show you, there is a tiny painting, watercolor painting done by a Japanese artist called Aoki, who is a friend of my mom's, and we have the Anne Frank house here. And Aoki did this one especially for me. My mom has one similar to this that he did for her. So we got a mother-daughter pair. And here is the other Steen Løgstrup, which is a Picasso-inspired painting called Woman with Hanging Mandolin. And I think this was one that I fell in love with, but wasn't too sure about. I love the strong colours, I love that it's so different, and you can see the Picasso inspiration. And just as a contrast, here's Big Bed with a landscape, also by him. And I keep finding new things, like, see this little figure down here? That's a horse. You have fields and mountains and everything, and it's a really great piece to talk about, at the same time that it's something that you can just have as a decoration. It doesn't have to be anything. There we have the goodies, and my my breathing space, and my camera bag and the book I was looking at yesterday, dreaming about all the things I could knit. It's by Hilge Isa. It's in different versions, and one of the things I was looking at was this cardigan. It's simple, might have to look at different things in her spring section. This cardigan is really nice too. It's a love-hate relationship with me and the Isar women, because they have lovely patterns, but really crabby pattern writing. And so the last painting I have in here is still by Steen Løgstrup, and it's this one. What can I say? I really love this. It's one that, it's opposite from where I usually sit and watch TV. So when I actually look at it, I fall in love with it all over again, with the lines, with the colors, with the ridiculous breasts and the huge crab, and I would love to own a lot more of his paintings, and he's really reasonable with his prices. I've been to his gallery, well, his studio really, and he's so reasonable with his prices, and he loves telling stories, and he is such an interesting person. Now, I said I owned 6 paintings by him, and that is because I also have 2 paintings, sorry about the noise, that I used to have in my office. Just 2 simple bird paintings, really dusty because they've been in storage for a couple of months. I used to have these in my office, and they were just opposite of me, so I could, whenever, let's face it, I was at my desk like 90% of the time. I could just look up and there'll be these really nice, really colourful birds looking back at me. The camera doesn't do them justice because this yellow here is such a vibrant yellow, and it's really dark, almost shining orange, and it's just, I love them. As soon as I get a new office, if I get a new office, and not just a desk, these are going up. Until then, well, depending on whether I have to move or what, I will put them up when I get to that part. Now, I know that Heather only asked about my paintings, and I do want to apologize for the ridiculous mess I have here. This is my hall. Well, entrance really. Yes, I have a ridiculous mess over here. But what I wanted to show you was this here, and there's me, Ashley. That is me as a child in Japan. But the really cool thing is, this was made in China, in Guangzhou, and this here is stone, and the color is actually hammered into it by hand. Really cool, all done by hand, and all done as you wait. And I thought this was really, really sweet. This was actually done because my dad, this is one of the photos of me he has in his wallet. He also has one from when I was 15, 16, so both of those were made because they need a photo reference, of course. And my eyes are very, very Asian here because that's what they're used to, and that's my Michael doll next to it. Bought that in Kyoto. And this up here is a family tree that my grandmother did, with all of us grandkids at the top, our parents, her parents, and her grandparents. And you can see the family cheeks traveling through the ages, and yes, I do have them too. If you're wondering, yes, that's me, the only dark-haired kid in the family. And there you have it. Me, my family, and my paintings. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the little tour Um, I do have one last thing. Hold on. We should definitely check that out if the battery allows. Okay, one last thing. This is an illustration of me and the guy we jokingly call Baby Daddy. And it's done by Ashley Guilleroy, who is an amazing illustrator. She did this based on a couple of photos of me, and well, she may have gotten the knitting part or how to hold the knitting needles wrong, but I just love it. It's so perfect and cartoonish and so sweet, and I just love that she did this for me. And yes, that's me knitting a scarf for Baby Daddy.